On today's episode, Tesla's new Gigafactory Indonesia is confirmed, Giga Shanghai returns to full strength, full self-driving gets a major upgrade, and so does Tesla's legal team. So, let's get going. New reports out of Indonesia are claiming that Tesla has agreed to a nickel supply deal that will see the company build not only a battery factory, but also a new vehicle manufacturing plant in the country as early as this year. We've been following the series of meetings between Elon Musk and Indonesian officials for about a month now, and had a pretty good sense that Elon is eager to get a piece of Indonesia's nickel. They have the largest known nickel reserve in the world, and their mining industry is also the largest producer of nickel in the world. Tesla needs vast amounts of nickel to produce their new 4680 battery, which is currently being manufactured in Fremont, California, with production lines in Austin, Texas, and Berlin, Germany soon to open. These two parties have been in talks about resources for the better part of 2 years, but it's really been in the past 2 months that things have ramped up. In April, Elon hosted a delegation of Indonesian officials and business leaders at Giga Austin. Then, in May, Elon invited the country's president, Joko Widodo, to meet with him at the SpaceX Starship testing site in Boca Chica, Texas. Now we have word from the country's Minister of Investments that a major deal has been reached for Tesla to establish their presence in Indonesia. The minister told local media, quote, Tesla agreed to build a battery and electric vehicle plant at an industrial complex in central Java province, following stateside talks last weekend between President Joko and Tesla chief Elon Musk. The minister clarified that no binding deal has been signed yet, but he said that the agreement has been made. The minister went on to say, quote, God willing, Tesla will enter Indonesia this year, but I can't announce the month yet. Let's wait because we haven't signed an agreement yet. How much investment is still being kept secret, still waiting, but this is good stuff, big stuff, end quote. And he's definitely correct that this would be big stuff if true. We'd kind of all expected that the battery factory would be along with the nickel deal because Indonesia has regulations that force companies to process the nickel locally. So you can't just extract nickel from Indonesia and then ship it off to wherever. You have to set up shop and process the ore first. And if Tesla is going to have to do that anyway, then why not just build a full-fledged battery factory? The car plant, though, is a big surprise. Again, if true, not saying that it is. There might be a couple of factors in play here. For one, we can assume that the president of Indonesia told Elon something along the lines of, you can have all the nickel you want if you agree to boost our economy with a new gigafactory. And secondly, we can consider the recent failure of Tesla's effort to establish a manufacturing presence in India. If that idea is toast, then this might be a sort of plan B. And thirdly, Tesla's reliance in China as an export hub might be questionable going forward. Shutting down the factory for a month because of lockdowns was not great. And then there are political factors like China's ongoing relationship with Russia that might complicate matters in the future, along with Joe Biden, who just the other day threatened to wage war against China over the island of Taiwan. So it might be ideal to get out ahead of some stuff and establish another foothold in the Asia-Pacific region just to be safe. Indonesia already has a pretty well-established manufacturing industry that is known for cheap labor and good quality work, so there is definitely a solid opportunity here for Tesla that goes beyond just the nickel resources. Speaking of Tesla in China, the company is reportedly back to pre-lockdown productivity at Giga Shanghai as of this week. It's been about 5 weeks since the Tesla factory was able to reopen on April 19th, following 22 days of mandatory shutdown by Chinese officials. Giga Shanghai restarted with one shift of 8,000 workers who were forced to sleep at the factory in a closed-loop system. This was done to limit the movement of people in the city. Again, China's idea, not Tesla's. With just one closed-loop shift, Tesla was able to slowly ramp up productivity, going from 200 cars per day in the beginning to about 1,000 cars per day. This meant employees had to work single 12-hour shifts 6 days a week to restart production. According to the latest report from China, Tesla wants to move the workers into a dormitory and keep them in a form of closed loop until mid-June. With the addition of a second shift, Giga Shanghai claims that they will actually exceed pre-shutdown levels and reach about 2,600 cars per day off the line, which, at that rate, would annualize to over 800,000 cars per year. In 2021, Tesla delivered about 950,000 vehicles total between Shanghai and Fremont. Tesla has begun pushing out a significant new update to its FSD beta program this week. Version 10.12 comes with an extensive list of new features that inch the software one step closer towards genuine autonomous driving. The FSD beta pool is currently sitting at around 100,000 users. Elon expects that number to grow closer to 1 million people by the end of this year. The more people that use the software, that means more data for AI training, which means a faster pace it can iterate and improve. Tesla includes in the release note for 10.12 that the company used over 250,000 new video clips just for this update alone, and Elon Musk has said that it will require billions, maybe tens of billions of video clips in total to achieve true autonomous driving. Tesla also said that it has removed 3 older neural nets from the FSD system, which enabled a speed improvement of 1.8 frames per second in the system frame rate. The release notes also mention many more improvements, several of them related to the level of confidence in which the system takes action during unprotected left turns, when creeping forward at an intersection, and when encountering yellow lights. You can see the full list up here on the screen, but some cool features to note would be improved recall and predictions for motorcycles, pedestrians, and bicycles, better accuracy when determining if a vehicle is parked or not parked, and improved behavior when going around cars with open doors, including an on-screen visualization for open doors. This comes just a few days after Elon Musk made yet another bold prediction about his autonomous vehicle timeline. In Brazil last week, Elon told reporters that he expects Tesla will have self-driving cars without the need for humans in about a year. Of course, we still remember that only a couple of months ago, Elon was promising that FSD beta would reach level 4 autonomy by the end of this year. Now, level 4 doesn't necessarily mean no need for humans. Level 4 autonomy is when the car can drive without supervision under certain circumstances, but not all circumstances. Think Waymo or Cruise autonomous taxi service. They only work inside a certain geofenced area that has been pre-mapped. So I don't think Elon has completely debunked himself just yet, but I also don't think Tesla level 5 autonomy is coming next year, though I would be very happy to be proven wrong. And speaking of proving people wrong, Elon Musk has announced that he will be assembling a hardcore litigation department at Tesla to initiate and execute lawsuits. According to Elon, this legal supergroup will report directly to him, and he's currently taking applications. Elon followed up with a couple of key mission statements for Tesla's legal strategy going forward, writing, "The team will never seek victory in a just case against Tesla, even if the team will probably win. And the team will never surrender or settle an unjust case against Tesla, even if the team will probably lose." So this could be in response to a lot of different factors right now. One thing of note is that this is stated as a legal team for Tesla as a company, not Elon Musk as an individual. So I don't think it has anything to do with him allegedly showing his dick to a flight attendant and offering her a horse in exchange for an erotic massage, though that is pretty screwed up if true. This likely has a lot to do with the accelerating rate of lawsuits against Tesla, claiming damages for supposed autopilot-related crashes and other alleged technology-related incidents like fires and brake failures. Elon has made a very conscious decision that he's not going to take these kind of allegations sitting down. In another follow-up tweet, Elon wrote, "Looking for hardcore street fighters, not white shoe lawyers like Perkins or Cooley who thrive on corruption. There will be blood." Obviously, anyone who follows Elon on Twitter regularly would know that he has been ramping up his level of aggression recently. He's been taking shots at politicians, specifically Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. He specifically called out Bill Gates and dropped a poop emoji under comments by current Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, among other outbursts. Again, This new legal team is not to specifically defend Elon Musk. I'm sure he has his own crew specifically for that purpose, but as Elon continues to make high-profile enemies, we know that they are going to come for him by taking aim at the biggest asset, which is Tesla. These tweets also came on the same day that the New York Times released a new documentary film to Hulu that makes some pretty harsh criticism of Tesla's full self-driving program and Elon's aspirations for autonomous vehicles. They also include interviews with some former Tesla employees who have nothing good to say about FSD. Elon did mention that part of his new litigation role would be initiating lawsuits, so we have very little doubt that the Tesla drama will be reaching an all-time high over the next few months, which I don't particularly love. We want to get back to doing more tech-focused reporting, but we can only make do with the news that we are given. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it. That is so important for getting our content out to more people. If you enjoy the content, then you'd probably also enjoy our weekly newsletter, so sign up with the link down below at theteslaspace.com. A huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who are listed on the screen now. You help us make the best content we can, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.